All right, fellas, if you're a guy over 50 and, you're kind of just waiting for the shoe to drop, puttering around life, just dull. I know that feeling. And let me tell you, I got an answer for you to switch it up. This is Steven's search for meaning. And in that search for meaning, I came across a theory. There's a theory called unlearning. And just diving into that subject, luckily I had the interest to dive into a subject because school literally stifles that, right? Once we get out of high school, maybe we learn our trade. I'm an electrician, or you learn your profession. Maybe that's kind of about it, right? You're not that interested in learning anything else. Um, and so those are the years I'm talking about. You have to unlearn first, right? Everything that we think we know. Then you can start to explore life anew. Okay? So the programming that has been done to us is so deeply conditioned into our nervous system and our hard wiring that we tend to just be on autopilot. And that for a man, especially my age, 50, can be absolutely miserable. I'll tell you one thing, you're probably never going to hop on here and make a video and share it. Maybe a select few. But I certainly wouldn't have been able to do this 10 years ago. So, okay, in this skill of unlearning, I dove into things that were embedded in my head that I thought I knew. And when you erase those, when you really dive deep into them, nothing holds water. There's no substance. There's no truth to it. It's just something that someone else told you. And perhaps it's information, maybe it's correct information, but it really has nothing to do with your future. I'm thinking about a story that my friend just reposted about a hike that we went on. He just reposted this memory 11 years later. And in this repost, he mentioned it was a great hike, but he wouldn't recommend anybody going on this hike. And the reason for that is because we got lost. I'm looking at this post and I'm going like, hey, watch what you say, because that was one hell of a hike. Now, why was it one hell of a hike? It's because we got lost. I implore you to get lost. Try to get lost, right? We have a map and we know where we're going. You're going to get from point A to point B. You're going to know where you're going. You're going to get there. But that in between point A and B is all kinds of turns and twists and roads and stuff that you probably paid zero attention to. Just trying to get to that point. Now, if you threw away B and you just drove, you never know where the hell you're going to end up. There's no rush. I mean, you have to, address your time issues too, but there's no rush. The way this guy described this hike was as if we were on Mount Everest. We got lost. We had to traverse pretty dangerous terrain. We had very little water. The winds were crazy, and we couldn't find our way out of there. We went up and down and up and down hills and down over. I mean, it was wild. But okay, for first of all, we didn't die, so we had a little element of are we gonna make it? That I kind of knew we were gonna make it. I mean, we were in Tahoe, so it wasn't like it was like out in the wilderness of Alaska or something. You're gonna find your way out in Tahoe. So I was never really that scared. But when you're dealing with other people's opinions and which direction we should go and what we should try, but once we just headed one direction, we got out. But I digress because that's just what I do. I'm bringing it back around to the skill of unlearning, choosing to get lost. That brings excitement. There is freedom in the unknown. Knowing causes suffering. You can look at a baby. They kind of stare off into the sky and they don't know lamp, book, table. They don't have these terms, right? So this is just magical to them. Magical. They don't even know colors. It's just wondrous. And then, we come along and we go, a lamp. Yeah, lamp. Oh, green, right? Plant. Can you say plant? Right now, once we can say plant and we know, oh, plant, every time we see one of these, we go plant. Oh, plant, right? It loses its wonder. That's over for the rest of your life. There's no more wonder about that, right? Because we put a label on it and now we know. So we don't get excited. That's why we want to go travel so much. Everybody wants to go travel so they can actually see somewhere new. So that becomes fulfilling. But that newness is available to you now. You can become anew. Get rid of yesterday. Get rid of what you think you know and go with how you feel. If you feel like making a video, if you feel like dancing, if you feel like buying a boat, I don't care. It doesn't matter what it is. Do it and just see where your life goes. See what's in between A and B. A is birth, B will be death. If we have no fear, because fear is in the known as well. Fear, I would say, is the same thing as knowing. Okay? And fear causes suffering, knowing causes suffering. Let me free you guys because you have plenty of time. If you're my age, I'm 50 and I'm growing younger every day. I mean, my body's getting older, but I can dive into any subject with joy almost. And I'm telling you, even court, right? I got court coming up, okay? I have become a meticulous attorney. Okay, I'm learning terms. I'm learning about the court system. I'm learning about judges. They're real people. I didn't have no clue that they were real people. They have biases. Um, Documentation. I mean, if I explain this to people at work, they just go, God, that must suck, dude. Oh my God, that sucks. That sucks, bro. Okay. And I'm going in my head like, I don't mind it. I mean, I enjoy learning. The only reason why I enjoy learning is because I don't know. So I can dive into a subject. It's something I have to do. And I can learn the inner workings of this new subject. I can learn the inner workings of this plant as well. You can dive into the term plant instead of just saying it's a plant, and understand photosynthesis, soil, this and that, nutrients, growth. There's all kinds of stuff you can learn in a plant. So, because men are in despair, this is true. I work with all men, basically. I'm in construction, so I work with all men. Whether it's their relationship, parenting, just 9 to 5 complaints, um, our thirst for life dissipates. And I hate seeing that. That's why I want to inspire you to forget what you think you know, because it's time for you to explore the labelless world. Textures, smells, sights, sounds of whatever it is you're doing, even if it's washing dishes. Don't know. Let's go. That was lame. That was a Big Dad ending, but you get the point. Thanks.